The training, how important is it? We'll start in just a few seconds. I'm going to say hi to my inner circle members. You see them in the chat with the IC with them. I get to spend Thursday nights with them, which is awesome. And then the other people that are in the chat. So, hi, James. Hi, Bill. Hey, Arthur, Jerome, Craig, Mike, Jody, Kai. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you're having a great day. And yeah, pretty exciting stuff going on for sure. Hi, Peter. How are you? Again, we'll get started here. I'm waiting for people to get notified. Notified. Yeah, I think each one of these topics on the info with the other things have been really, really fun. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Hello, my name is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. And today's title is The Training. The Training. Now, how many of you guys realize that a majority of the people in the world, sort of got trained to do what they're doing? Whether they went to school, maybe some people like me were trained by their wives. It's like every job that we have, they even have this probation period where you go through training to learn to do what will keep your job and make you money. Now, the reason I bring this up is a lot of us have learned to do a lot of things. And most of the time, majority of the time, it's actually from someone that really truly knows how to do their job, right? So when you think about this, if you've ever had a job or know someone that's had a job, there's an individual that learned to do that job that they're training you for. And here's one thing that's very unique in this day and age, that under that probation period, you're getting paid and keeping your job based on being effective and producing and doing that job. So how many of you realize that when you get that training, while you're learning from your manager or even the owner itself, how many of you go, wait a minute, I got an idea. I got an idea on how to make this a little better. I really don't feel comfortable doing that. You want me to do that. I just don't feel, comfortable doing that. It sort of goes against my, my personality. It makes me feel weird. It makes me feel uncomfortable. It's like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I thought you wanted a job. Yeah, I do. I need the job to make money, and because I need to pay my bills. I don't want to be homeless. I like eating. I like driving my car with insurance. So when we go out to get a job and we work for somebody, they show us what they want from us, and we do that. Now, you get involved in my business. I used to be a mechanic. As a mechanic, the quote unquote service manager and the service writers told me what to do. So if the car needed a front brake job, I did a front brake job. And there's a sequence to the way that you do that job, not only effectively to make money, but also for safety. It's got to be done correctly because the brakes stop the car. You don't just get to come up with your own ideas, your creativity, I got a bright thought. So therein lies the problem with people becoming entrepreneurs. Because as soon as they become an entrepreneur and they're basically employing themselves, they lose their mind. Well, first of all, they won't admit that they don't know. So thank you very much, Jody. The orphans are going to love it. Thank you, Bill. I love and appreciate you so much. You guys are wonderful. And those are super chatters, my also inner circle. And so here's the thing that happens when I got involved in this industry of marketing. I first got in because a guy named Sean Hennigan, you guys can go to roberthollis.com / free and get a digital copy of my best-selling book from Amazon. How is that working? A lot of people tell me what they're doing, and then I say, how is that working? And they go, it's not, it's not. So when I sit down with my mentor, no, wasn't my mentor yet. I hadn't made a decision. So Sean said to me, hey, I met this guy that makes $62,000 and he's looking for people that he can train, to go out and follow his proven system. And if a people do that, you don't need any education, you don't need any experience. You can make six figures your first year by following and doing what he says. And see, me, I came from such a place of desperation that my thoughts are, I don't like doing this. Maybe I should change it. I've listened to a few other people that are not documented. I'll do what they do. I'll put it all together. I'll use a little bit of mine, a little bit of those, a little bit of these, a little bit of that, a little bit of that. Just making the worst recipe and dessert ever. And then people don't understand why they don't get results. So my mentor used to show this all the time. He called it whisper down the lane. And so I'm just going to show you, I've already drawn the circles here. And if you want to know why a majority of people, 95, 90, 97%, why most people fail, here it is. Let's just say for this example that there is somebody that knows 100% of the knowledge. 100% of the knowledge. Now, that's something that we hear in the world called success leaves clues. You see the person's lifestyle, they're rated in Forbes magazine. They give, millions or tens or hundreds of millions, billions of dollars to charity. They have a really good lifestyle. Everything's going great. So in my opinion, no one knows 100%, but just for example, we're going to show this. Now, science has proven that people learn about 10% because we're kinetic people. See, kinetic is the way that we learn. Majority of people are kinetic. They learn watching someone do that. So someone's got you there and you're kinetically learning how to drive, kinetically learning how to eat, kinetically learning how to walk. Someone's got your fingers. So kinetically, that's the way we learn. But then our school system teaches us in a classroom and we're supposed to just listen auditorial or visually, and we're supposed to pick this up. So how many of you would agree? See, I'm going to admit it. Most people won't. So maybe what you'll do is you'll say, I know someone like this, but they can read a book. They can sit through a whole entire class. They can sit through a whole weekend of seminars. And when you ask them what they got out of it, nothing. Well, give me one takeaway. I'm just excited. I'm excited. And it's like, what are you doing? So let's just say you're an Einstein. And for this example, we're going to say that you learned directly from someone that knew 100%. And I'm going to make you an Einstein and you got 50%. See, that's why people hear the repetition of this is the mother of learning. Most people teach and talk and, use visual, but you never see a video of them documenting their success. You never see them interviewing the people that they made successful and actually hearing and seeing the process. Can you imagine if you just said to people, listen, I'm a kinetic learner. Do you have a video where you're showing someone the process of how to do it? What? Like, one of the people that you helped quit their job and get a full-time income. Do you actually have a video of you showing that person how to actually do what you do? Because I learned kinetically. So what ends up happening is you hear one thing from another. So then let's say that you were teaching an Einstein and they picked up 50%. Well, that person would get 25. And then that person would teach another person and they would get 12. And then that person would teach somebody something, they would get 6. And then that person would teach person something and they get 3. This is like a game called Whisper Down the Lane. See, it's like telephone. So you say something to one person, it changes when it goes to the next person, it goes to another person. They've done so many studies on this that they've actually like interviewed people that seen a car accident. And it would be in a very busy intersection. So the amount of people that saw it was like over 10 people. 10 people. They would interview like they do in a police report, and they take that person's statement of facts. And when they look at all 10 of them, none of them are the same. Wasn't it the same accident? Wasn't it the same accident? Then how can you have 10 different stories to that? Do you know why there's courts? Do you know why there's judges and juries? Because every time someone gets accused of something, there's multiple stories to this. That's why a pancake has 2 sides. There's 2 sides to every story. But the way I was taught from people like Bob Proctor is there's 4. There's 4 perceptions. They're yours, theirs, a person's perception that would see what's happening between the two. And then for other people that believe this, there's like a godly or a greater look at what's going on in that whole story in that scenario. So it's not that the person's down here only knows 6 or 3 or 12% of the information. It's the other 90% that's made up, that's undocumented, that's changed. One word changed, and it changes the whole entire sentence. The inflection of the voice and connection and communication is huge. Inflection on the word, right? So you can say, I'm really excited. Or you could say, I'm excited. Same 2 words in a text message means different stuff to other people. So why do I bring this up? I'll tell you a quick story. Is when I got involved in this industry, understand that I was told about the business by a guy named Sean Hennigan. I didn't know him. I met him a couple of times at some barbecues. He was dating my cousin. And so for that reason, when he said to me, I met this guy that makes 62 grand. I seen his check. It was attached to the stub, and he's looking to expand the company. Do you know of anyone that would be interested in learning from this guy or making that kind of money? And my response was me. See, now when I went down to that meeting, I watched a video of this guy, and then I met him after the meeting. He basically came out and said, hey, if there's 2 groups of people in the room, people that are not interested, you're free to go. We're going to take a 5-10 minute break, and then I'm going to come up here and show you guys exactly how I made that $62,000 check. So those that are interested in learning how to do that, stick around. The other ones can go. And then he moved. Now he came over to me and said hi. And he actually showed me this after the plan. And so I'm excited. Now he leaves and goes back to San Diego. And I didn't know. See, you don't know that you don't know. But I didn't know that I was working with these people. See, I didn't know. And there was some things in there. Egos, know-it-alls, uh, don't know how to give praise and recognition to somebody else. So all of a sudden, they started teaching me how to put together these little donut boxes and beg a person at a 7-Eleven or a convenience store to allow me to get leads for a trip to Hawaii. The company that I worked with sold water filters. And so if you registered for a trip to Hawaii, so I would tell people to put their names in here. And then the only way they could win this contest is if they did a trial and seen a demonstration of me doing a water filter, similar to Kirby vacuum cleaners, right? And so the guys that were teaching me, one guy was Wes Martin. He was a Britannica Encyclopedia salesperson. And see, he's won awards for selling Britannica encyclopedias door to door. And so he believed that he knew more than my mentor, Bill Gould. Didn't know he was my mentor yet. But I assumed that if these guys introduced me to them, that they knew the information. They didn't. They changed it. Did all what would be called, written. They had written manuals. They had all their scripts written out. They had all these things that I was doing my best to try. I'm non-sales type. I'm just telling you, I am not a salesperson, but I was desperate. And so I was doing exactly what they were telling me to do. And I was in a worse financial position in 2 weeks than I was when I started. And that was like an impossibility, but I was, because I had borrowed money and now I'm more in debt trying to make this thing work. The best thing that one of these people did to me is they promoted an event in the Westin Bonaventure in downtown LA. And another guy named Peter Wilson. And they just told me, listen, if you do not go to this training, I'm not working with you anymore. And I went, okay. So I went there. I didn't have any money. I had to park my car far away because I couldn't afford parking. And I'm watching this event and I just keep getting madder and madder and madder because there's people walking across the stage getting trophies and awards and big checks. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is just, it's not me. It's not who I am. This is not what I do. Maybe I'm too dumb to do this. Maybe I got the wrong personality trait. Thank you so much. It's like, come on, I'm not going to do this. And then there was one guy that inspired me. And he was from the Middle East with broken language. And he was called Ahmed Mahad. And he says, hey, my name is Ahmed Mahad. I've been in company 6 months. I'm buying second Mercedes, building new home. I love this country. I love this country. I love this company. Ugh. So I waited for him to get off stage. Everybody was giving him praise and recognition, his downline, his upline, his sideline. He was a really nice people. And then all of a sudden, I got a chance to get to him. I shook his hand and said, could you please help me? Please help me. Just tell me what you do. And he says, it's sorting. I walk up to people and say, hello. And they say, hi. I say, listen, do you want to make more money? Yes, no. You want to make money? Yes, no. And I go, what are you talking about? He says, you say as little as possible to as many people as you can, as fast as you can. You got to find interested people. This is not sales. This is looking for people that want to start their own business, their own people franchise. And I go, what if they ask you questions? And he goes, I look at him and say, you answer my question first. You want to make money? Yes, no. I said, all right. Yes. He goes, I got to introduce you to my money man. My money man, number one in company. He show you exactly the plan. And then he show you how to make money. I got to introduce you to my money man. His name is Jeff Roberti. And I said, so you don't answer any of their questions? He goes, no, I introduce them to Jeff. Jeff answer their question. And then I looked at him and I said, wow. And he goes, who's your money man? And I go, what do you mean? He goes, well, who sponsored you? I said, Sean Hennigan. He goes, I don't know him. Did he walk the stage? I go, no. He goes, who sponsored him? I said, Craig Wilson. Who's that? His roommate. He walked stage? No. Who sponsored him? Michelle Turan. Michelle Turan? She walked the stage? No, it was his boss, Craig's boss. Every once in a while, his name doesn't come to me, but it's his boss. He walked stage? No. Okay, who brought him in? Michelle Turan. She walked stage? No, she didn't walk stage. Who brought him in? Peter Wilson. Peter Wilson walked stage? No. Who above Peter? Sherry. Oh, Sherry Sharman? Yeah. Oh, she sponsored Front Level to Bill Gould. He's under Jeff Roberti, second top money earner. Yes. Bill? Yeah. He your money man. You go home and on Monday morning, you get up, you call Memphis, Tennessee, call the company headquarters. You leave a message for Bill Gould. Bill Gould will call you back. I'm going, why would he call me back? And he says, because he's looking for people like you. Like me? Yeah, people that want to make 6 figures a year. He'd call you back. You work with Bill. You listen to Bill. He called me back. He said, what are you doing this weekend? I said, whatever you tell me. I went and spent like 3 days with him. And everything that he taught me was radically different than what these people taught me. And so when I listened to him, he showed me the plan. I was like, oh my God, this is what you showed on the whiteboard. I mean, the chalkboard in LA. He's like, yeah, let's go over it again. What would you do with this money? How would you feel? Look at the plan. And then after I did that, he said, listen, where do you see yourself getting started? And I said, I don't have any money. He said, don't worry about that right now. We gotta put people in these spots. We got to put people in these spots. These 2 spots. We got to put people in them. You got to find the best people you know. And then he went through the description of what he was looking for. I said, Rick. Then he told me what he was going to say. He calls Rick. Rick comes down. The rest is history. Made $258,000 my very first year in network marketing after meeting the money man. Now, today we'll call that money person. But when you have somebody that's documented, that not only shows their documentation yesterday and on my Ask Me Anything, we do every Saturday at 3 on YouTube. I showed my back office. I showed exactly what I'm doing. And then I also show what other people are doing. So I'm not only an available mentor that's documented, but I also put everything that I know on YouTube. So my training's free. So then now what you can do is when you listen to it, like when I listen to my mentor, is it going to be radically different than what you probably have heard or are probably doing? I guarantee it is. But I will continue to show people how to do this business like I've helped 67 people earn over $1 million. 9 of them own their own network marketing company. You know what I mean? It's when you can get plugged into somebody, then the last thing I'll share with you guys is I was very desperate. So I just told my mentor, listen, please, please, please. I'm not going to listen to everything. I'm going to unlearn everything. I'm just going to listen to you. And I need you to help me out. And he goes, sure. I said, please, please, only teach me. Only teach me the things that I have to do. I'm not interested on being on stage. I'm not interested in doing a testimonial. I just need to make money for me and my family. Maybe that might be something down the road. And he goes, Robert, I put the information that you need on 2 videos, 2 VHS tapes. If you're like me, I got 70 people to watch those videos in my first 30 days. Let's say you're half of me. I said, I'm not half of anybody. And he goes, good, then get 70 people to watch this video because we're looking for interested people. This video will help you sort people. So very simply get excited, then give me praise and recognition, get people to watch the video and the people that are interested that want to go to the next step, then you can show them the plan. And I went, I'm going to do it. And do you know, he didn't even tell me that I would have to go through thousands and thousands and thousands of people to do it. Yeah, you heard me correct. See, but my goal was to get 72 people to watch that video. So 70. I got 72. Out of the 72 people that watched the video, 11 of them got in the business. Out of the 11 that did the business, 6 of them wanted to make 6 figures. And I went all the way to what is called National Marketing Director, this plaque right here, from a company called National Safety Associates, now known as Juice Plus. Jeff Roberti's still there. So I made over $1 million before the age of 30 because I did nothing but listen to my mentor, did what he told me to do, didn't add anything, didn't take stuff out, and then I put everyone I knew in front of him. Everyone I knew. I did exactly what Ahmed Mahad said to do. Put people in front of the money person. So that's the training. I bet you thought it was going to be something else. Please train me what to do. No, a majority of you are just listening to the wrong people. And for those of you that are listening to the right people, you can't tell me why you won't do what they say. I love this phrase, and I'll leave you with this. People always complain why their life is not going as well as the people that they're learning from. But if you watch them, if you had a camera on them 24 hours a day, they sure in the hell are not doing what they're told. And here's the sad thing about it. They will actually convince themselves that they're hard workers. They'll actually lie to themselves and convince themselves that they're doing exactly what their mentors tell them to do. But they're not. They are not. So you can follow my training. It's all free. You can go to roberthollis.com/free. Get a copy of my best-selling book to learn how to just talk to interested people. But my videos and everything I do on a weekly basis is set for free to help you get the results that you want. Everything has to be duplicatable. Everything has to duplicate. If it doesn't duplicate, then you might get results by doing something that I don't do, but it's not going to duplicate. And if it doesn't duplicate, then you're doing it's no different than a job. You'll sell and then get burnt out, and then sell and then get burnt out, and then sell and get burnt out, and there it is. So I love and appreciate you. Thank you so much for showing up and watching this video live or recorded. If no one's ever given you permission to succeed in life and be fulfilled and happy, let me do that for you. My mentors did it for me. And do me a huge personal favor. I'd really appreciate it. And share this video with people, including the other ones that are on the info, the mission, the vision, the product, the company, the plan. Yeah, we're going to add a couple more. And yeah, every time that things are not going the way you want them to, go back to the basics, go learn from the basics. Take care, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.